everybody, today's video is a litter update for these mini Australian Labradoodle puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and today we're going to be doing the 3-week update, letting you know all about the 2 mini Labradoodles from our Precious Metals litter. We're going to give you a little bit of information about each of the puppies and what they've been up to since our last update, and we'll also tell you a little bit about Mama Labradoodle JoJo. And as you see, JoJo just left the nest. And as you can also see, today we're in our studio filming the video. And that's because these puppies have their ears open. So last week when we did our litter update, we showed you all about how they had opened their eyes. And really quite soon after we shot that video, just 2 days later, their ears were open. So their ears opened really early for this litter. They're a little bit ahead on everything. Their eyes opened really early and their ears as well. So Mama JoJo just has the most advanced puppies, don't you? Oh, yes, that's because you're the best mama in the world. So once their ears and eyes are both open, they usually start moving around a bit more. Now it's hard to believe when you look at them right now, and that's because they just had a feed with JoJo. So now they're all full and having a rest. But they are starting to move around quite a bit. They are both really good on all 4 legs now. They do teeter-totter a bit, and when they try to play with each other, they do knock each other over all the time. But they are mobile. So as soon as they can hear and they can see and they're mobile, then we move them out into the doodle den. And there's several reasons why we do that. Mostly we want to start desensitizing the puppies as soon as possible to loud sounds and getting used to lots of things going on around them. That really helps to create a nice, calm, relaxed adult dog. So once they're in the doodle den, there's all sorts of hustle and bustle going on in there on a daily basis. And right now, we have 3 older puppies in the doodle den staying with us. So at Isle Labradoodles, we just recently brought in 2 new puppies as breeding prospects. One is our little black phantom stud boy named Bowie, and the other is a little apricot girl named Cayenne. So because they came from different breeding programs, we keep them here with us for a few weeks in order to do our Head Start program. Then they're going to go home to their new guardian families. So they will be headed out next weekend, and I know their 2 guardian families are really looking forward to having them. And so these 2 little puppies here, they are enjoying hearing all the sounds and all of the talking and barking that goes on with an older puppy because they are right next to them. Hey JoJo, hi, you gonna come snuggle up with mommy? Yeah, good girl. So that's a great opportunity for them to have lots of noise going on with older dogs. Then of course we have our own dogs that are in and out, back and forth all the time, and they're making lots of noise and they're eating in there. And we have Jillian, our kennel assistant, as well as Taylor, our trainer, who are both in there working with the dogs all the time as well. And of course, Reynolds and I are in there regularly. So all the dogs' meals are prepared in there. That's where our doggy door is. So all the adult dogs go in and out. And right now we have Tippy here with us as well. She has her 6 Labradoodle puppies from the To a T litter. So Tippy's in and out, JoJo's in and out, and all of our other dogs are in and out all the time. So it's lots of activity for these 2 little ones to be going through. And as you can see, here they are. They're in a different spot. They're in a bed they've never been in before. JoJo's not with them, and they can hear me talking, obviously, and they're clearly quite calm and relaxed. Now, part of that is because JoJo is such an excellent mom. She herself is a very calm, relaxed, and happy girl. She's full of energy, she's full of life, and she's full of fun. but she's very, very good with her puppies. Nothing fusses her. She's still quite protective of the puppies. She will go to the front of the area where these two are, and she will tell everybody who comes too close that she doesn't want them there. She will growl at them from time to time, but she's much more willing to have everybody come back and forth and be near where the puppies are. So previously, when she was in the maternity ward, if anybody was anywhere near the maternity ward, she would bark and growl and be right up there ready to protect her puppies. So you can see these two little ones here, they've just had the benefit of so much with JoJo. It's really just lovely to see when you have a great mama Labradoodle like that. Nice, calm, relaxed puppies. And you can see they're fairly close in size now. Now these two have always been quite close in size. There was not a huge difference at birth, and there isn't a huge difference right now. But second born here, Miss Peach Collar rather, who was the tinier puppy at birth, she is now the biggest puppy, just like she was last week. She is 1.7 kilograms, hard to believe, at 3 weeks. And Miss Brown Collar, who was the bigger puppy at birth, is just, she's 1.39, so virtually 1.4 kilograms. So clearly they're getting lots of groceries. You can see they have nice full tummies. They're nice and round, but you can also see they are starting to slim down because they're starting to grow and lengthen out. So you can see they're a little bit more evenly proportioned now, where you don't see those great big puppy tummies when they're full. Still, Peach Collar Girl, she still is a little bit chunky in the tummy here, but Brown Collar Girl is pretty much just perfect. And also, if you see right now, you can really see on Brown Collar Girl looking like, holy cow, what happened here? Somebody didn't do her hair very well. Well, this is her coat lifting. So we talked a little bit about that last week. So Labradoodle puppies, when they're born, have a flat coat. They look like Labrador retrievers. So it looks like this here, such as what Peach Collar has on her coat here. Just flat, lying right close to the body. And of course, we know Labradoodles do not have that. They have fluffy, full coats, which is part of the reason why we all love them so much. So the process as they get older of that coat becoming fluffy, oh, maybe we can see the JoJo's just giving us the display just out of camera range. She's upside down and having a great time. Anyways, the fluffiness of the coat comes from their coat lifting as they get older. And so it lifts in little bits and pieces. So you can see here on Brown Collar Girl, it's lifting quite a bit around her neck and her head, and then over her shoulders and her back here, and then this little bit just over on the top of her hind leg. And she's wondering what I'm doing. And here comes Mama JoJo to make sure that she's clean, checking her out, giving her a little bit of a bath, and she's just going to come down and see what's going on here. So let's take a look at Miss Peach Collar Girl. Well, JoJo's busy there. So here is our pretty little red caramel girl. She's a gorgeous shade. She's a very dark red, which is really pretty. So she looks quite similar to her papa Copper, although her face is even darker than Copper's is. And then she's got those cute little white dip toes there. Hey, sweetie pie, let's show everybody your little chest. Cute little white on her chest. Oh, and a lovely big mouth. And then she's got, of course, her, oh, she doesn't like that very much. She's got her little, tiny little bit of white tip on at the end of her tail. So Miss Peach Collar Girl is a very sweet girl. She's probably the more outgoing of the two by a smidge, like hardly able to notice that. She's also the one who is not as comfortable being held up in the air like I was just doing. As you heard, she was going to start to complain, and JoJo right away was worried about what was going on and wanted to see what I was doing. Whereas if we look at Brown Collar Girl, who's actually nursing and going to be mad that I take her away from the milk bar there. But as you can see, nobody's short of groceries. Hi! So this little girl, she's much more content with being held. She's a little bit more relaxed in my arms. So this doesn't mean anything long term. This is just where they're at today. In 2 days from now, this could be entirely reversed. And indeed, about 3 days ago, Brown Collar Girl did not enjoy being picked up at all. Right after they moved into the doodle den, she was not too keen on people reaching in and picking her up. So what do we do? So in that case, when we saw that that was not what she enjoyed, we went in another way where we went in front of her, we sat down, and then we put our hands in, we petted her, and she's got her tongue sticking out at us now. We let her get used to just being petted and being touched, and then we would put her into our hands just on the ground, and then we just over a period of time started lifting her up. So now that Peach Collar is, Peach Collar is not very happy being picked up and a bit squirmy, we'll work with her a little bit more to get her more relaxed so she is more just like Peach Collar is right now. Peach Collar is a really pretty caramel tuxedo girl, and JoJo is telling me that she would like to have her puppy back. So I'm going to oblige JoJo because we always want our mamas to be happy and content. And as I've said many, many times, JoJo is such a great mom. She is very, very aware of what's going on with her puppies at all times. And she's very concerned that she has always got control of them and that she's managing them and that everything is okay with them. She's really very devoted, which is very nice to see. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, you do such a good job. JoJo herself is just in the best condition. It's amazing. You'd never know she'd have babies. She's out all the time with us. She and Ripple run like the wind together. And just because Ripple is not here and can't hear me, I can tell you, JoJo often beats Ripple to the ball. That is virtually unheard of because Ripple is so fast. But holy smokes, can JoJo go. And JoJo just loves to chase the ball. But JoJo has the sweetest little disposition. So when she and Ripple are running together, she's always trying to get the ball, but she's also very content if Ripple gets there first. The two of them never fight about it. They never argue about it. They both respect one another, and it's lovely to see. And now you'll see she's gone completely upside down. This is part of what I mean by having a super relaxed mom. This is comfortable for her. And you'll see that Brown Collar Girl, she's got herself firmly attached. And Peach is going like crazy trying to find that other place at the milk bar, which is right underneath Brown's paw. So I'll just give Peach a little bit of a hand here and say, hey, it's over on this side, sweetheart. We'll move Brown over a bit. So because there's only 2 puppies, as I've said a couple of times, the milk bar is very limited. By natural forces of nature, JoJo's only going to create enough milk for the needs of her 2 puppies. She's not going to have a milk bar that's ready to feed 6 puppies or something like that. So we helped that along originally at the very beginning of the process. And now everything has just sorted itself out naturally. Now these puppies are coming up to 4 weeks of age, and at 4 weeks of age, that's usually when our moms like to start cutting back on feeding and look to us and say, you want to give us a hand now, please? So that's normally when we start to introduce some solid food. So we'll see how these 2 puppies are doing. We will monitor their weight very closely over the next week, and we will probably start to introduce them to some goat's milk and some pablum, and we'll see how JoJo feels about that. Some girls like to keep their puppies nursing for longer than others. Some girls at 3 weeks are like, here, you know, do you want to look after them now? And some girls are very much like, even at 5 weeks, no, back off. These are my puppies still, and I'm looking after them. So we let our girls always dictate things as much as possible to us. We want everything to be as natural as it can be. Keeping in mind, of course, everybody's health. We're not going to let the puppies continue to nurse if it's too much of a strain on mom, and we're not going to let the puppies nurse if they're not getting enough nutrition. So it's a balancing act there. JoJo's doing really well in her eating, although JoJo does require that somebody feed her by hand. She'll eat a few bites and then she'll sit and look at you very sweetly and go, well, I would like the rest served to me, please. Bit of a nuisance, but that's the way JoJo is, and that's fine. So we all take turns feeding her by hand. She does eat 3 times a day. She's eating about 1.5 pounds of raw food a day. In that, she has quite a bit of tripe. Tripe is a wonderful addition for any dog's diet at any age. And one of the benefits of it with our mamas is it creates very nutritious milk, as you can see by the weight of these 2 puppies. And it also has a variety of ingredients that help calm their temperaments. It keeps them feeling relaxed, keeps them feeling very calm, and that goes right into the milk, which goes right into the puppies. So it's just one more bonus feature that helps these puppies to grow up to be nice, calm, relaxed Labradoodle adult dogs. And you can see they're just really chowing down here, having a great time. They're big enough now that it doesn't matter if JoJo moves around and flips upside down. They can easily find where they need to be and nurse away. And you can see Peach Color here, she's using her paws like a cat does, kneading. And the reason for that, and so is Brown Color Girl, you just can't see her paws as much. That's to stimulate the flow of the milk out through the nipple and keep it coming. So these guys are looking for a pretty steady and quite solid flow of milk these days, because they are getting to be quite a good size. And so that's why I expect that JoJo will probably be quite happy to have some help in terms of feeding these puppies in the next week. So that's what we're going to be looking for the upcoming week with these guys. We're going to be monitoring them closely. They already have pee pads in their area where they're sleeping. They have a much bigger area now that they can run around and explore in. The pee pads are there because they have a bed now, and they have pee pads, and that's so right away they learn, and we build on the natural instinct that we do not soil our nest. So they sleep here, and even if all they're doing is stepping out of their bed and peeing right away, that's all we ask for at this age. We're not expecting them to go off in a far distant corner to go to the bathroom, but we want them to not be going to the bathroom in their bed. So their beds are small. If they had a bed that was this big, so this is one of our donut beds, and this is a large size one. And if they had a bed that was this big, it would be very easy for them to sleep here and then just pee here. So that's why you always want the size to fit the dog. So with young puppies, their beds are hardly bigger than JoJo's body. So that they're right in there. There's just enough room for the 2 of them to sleep comfortably. JoJo can still go in and wrap around the bed. It's a very low profile bed, and they can nurse easily enough. And it's really easy for them to just step out and be able to go to the bathroom right out of that bed. So again, all building on the natural instincts and making sure that you're setting your puppy up for success. Same thing's going to apply when you take your puppy home. You want to make sure you think everything through, and when you set your home up, that it's all arranged for success for your puppy. Same thing when we, in our puppy starter kit, the crate size that we have, a lot of people think, oh, that's not a very big crate. What's going to happen when the puppy's older? But the whole point of the crate is to be a nice, small, enclosed area. Room for the dog to move around to some degree, but not a whole lot, because they want that comfort of the small spot. And also when they're a puppy, you don't want them to be able to go to the bathroom in one part of the crate and sleep in a different part. So all the things that we just build off of nature and their natural instincts, just to help them along their way so that you're successful with your puppy and your puppy is successful. So I hope you enjoyed today's update. That's all the news we have for these 2 little kiddos. They're both just the sweetest little puppies. You can see JoJo says, yeah, that's enough now. You're done. You don't need to eat anymore. Hey, hello, sweetheart. They're both just so beautiful, and you can see here that they're so close in size. And there you can see how Peach Collar Girl is starting to move around a little bit. This is a hard surface for a puppy to walk on because it's very soft, and so it's hard to get your balance. And there you can see beautiful brown collar girl with her gorgeous eyes and her pretty tuxedo markings. She's such a sweet little thing. She's a very gentle little girl. And like I said, she's a little less forward than peach collar girl is, but that could change at any time. They're really good friends. They're always together, of course. They're just lovely sisters together. So next week we will probably be telling you a little bit perhaps about them starting to eat solid food. We will do next week's video with them running around a little bit more in the doodle den, because those older puppies will have gone to their guardian home, so we don't have to compete with them in terms of them wanting all the attention. And that's what will be coming up. We hope you'll join us next week. And we always hope that you'll subscribe to our channel. It'd be great if you did. And also that way you get notifications of all of our video updates. And we try to give you something interesting and new in each one of the videos. If you enjoyed this one and you have a minute, give us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to ask the questions in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. See, I can feel your teeth. Yes, I can. I can feel your